Hey, guess who? Today, the truth about non-monogamy. Yeah, I said it. Coming up right now. We're starting the week off. It's Monday. The morning loop, Mornings in the Lab begins right now. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where
when something negative comes up.
Building muscle improves blood flow.
From squirting to squirreling.
Start small, build up, and expand from there.
Be entertained by fun over here.
How have I slept? Has my sleep been good? Because that's
Regret doesn't come from breaking the rules, you guys. Hey, good morning. I changed the music up. I don't know if that one worked. But hey, we got this one. Here he goes. Here goes strings. All right. Getting after it. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends, a live morning show. Serving up real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversations that'll jolt your daily morning motivation. Yes, true story. Today we're diving deep with Dr. Rachel Meir, a sex-positive psychologist, as she reveals the truths and myths around monogamy. But yeah, we're just going to talk about Coldplay concert all day today. That's it. We're just going to talk about that the whole time. True story. Yeah, hey, we're going to share the 8 game-changing secrets that'll transform your everyday conversations. And if your marriage is feeling stuck, wow, we've got the sexy secret that could reignite your spark. You know what the secret is, guys? Just go have sex. Yeah, true story. Because here's what happens. Y'all just raise the kids grow up, kids leave the house, you're like, hey, who's my wife? I've been busy emptying the clip all by myself. Yeah, just like this, boom, 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 boom. And you're like, oh. What am I gonna do now? The trick is, when everybody leaves the house, you gotta go back to having sex again. Yeah, that's a true story. And if you can't figure it out, you might want to bring the audio erotica to the stage. Yeah, we're talking audio erotica as well. But first, remember to like, subscribe. Yeah, just like it, subscribe it, and comment. Whether you want to comment positively or negatively, we take all the comments. Take them all. We take them all. Yeah, heads up, this is an R-rated show because Jimmy likes to swear. Who's Jimmy? Well, he's the professor. He's the producer. He's the guy behind the scenes pressing the buttons. Yeah, so kids, headphones on. Or adults, headphones on. Get the kids out of the room. It's time to clear the room. And guys, don't hit the snooze button. You guys hit that snooze button, you're 9 minutes behind Marty. Marty never hits the snooze button. I see him there in the lab. He's got his glasses on, ready to rock and roll. Yeah, you just don't hit the snooze. You snooze, you're 9 minutes behind the mofo that hasn't. You want to be 9 minutes behind? You don't want to be 9 minutes behind. And if you reset the new Apple settings, you could actually be 15 minutes behind the guy behind you. Or just don't snooze. Get up and get after it. True story. Started here right with Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, Marty, and the entire gang here Monday to Friday. All right, Jimmy, let's kick it off with your weekend roundup. Grab the coffee, buckle up. It's time for the morning loop. Let's get it, Jimmy. Yeah. Jimmy, are we doing something or what? Bring in the folks. All right, guys, what's going on here today? I know, Jimmy, folks you can bring on the screen, Jimmy. Dude, you got to get the buttons, man. Bring them up. Bring them in the lab. What's going on, Marty? How are you, pal?
I'm doing good. How you doing, man?
I'm awesome. Good morning, Holroyd. Good to see you there. Good morning, B-Drive. Good to see you there. Good morning, Johnny. Good to see you there. What is up?
What's happening?
Oh, I'm good. I'm jacked up. I'm ready to rock and roll. New week. I've been working hard behind the scenes on some really fun stuff that I'm excited to reveal in the coming days and moments. It's still just. Oh, I'm excited. I almost revealed it today, but I put my clothes on instead. What? What did he just say?
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's talking about, Johnny. No.
Did you have your coffee this morning?
He's having a crazy love affair with AI.
Well, that's nothing new.
I'm making good shit, man. I'm just swimming ahead of the sharks, Marty. I'm swimming ahead of the sharks.
What's the name of the creature you sent me yesterday?
Oh, that's John AI.
That's him.
Oh, was that John AI, the picture with the cigar?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I brought him to life. Yeah, I brought him to life.
I saw it on YouTube when I was scrolling.
That's it. Yeah, John AI there talking, bringing everybody in. Thank you for inviting everybody to join the big conversation. Jimmy, throw the phone number up, 431-300-3005. The only live morning show hotline in all of the world. You can call right now. We're pretending it's not. It's actually 1995 right now. Yeah, true story. 431-300-3005. This is the phone number Rachel grew up calling. She's like, hey, I know there's a phone number I can call FM radio shows. This is the one, 431-300-3005. And if you're going to be jonesing when Colbert gets taken off the air in a year from now, you can come join our show. Yep, that's true as well. Yeah, you can come join. 431-300-3005. Morning to the lab. I was telling Jimmy before the show started, I have somebody texting me on the line who wonders if we want to play. Hey, babe, she keeps saying. Hey, babe, she keeps saying. I'm like, who are you? What do you want to offer me a job? Or it's like, hey, babe, nah.
Is it one of those, hey, babe? Is it one of those just trying to get you to speak up? Like, you know, they're asking you some question that it seems like they know you. One of those type deals.
She's talking to me like she knows me, but I don't. It's just some foreign phone number. So, but because we have this number publicized around the planet and it's on our YouTube shorts, it's all over the place. People can just text or a voicemail, whatever. So it's actually kind of fun.
Are you guys getting that it's a crazy, I've saw it on I saw it somewhere, but I've been getting this text. It looks like it's from the DMV. And they say if you don't pay the small fine, it's like, I don't know, $150, they're going to take your license away or something bullshit. And I guess this fucking text is making some fucking scam group millions and millions, like an FBI warning came out.
Dude, there are lots of those scammers out there.
It's unbelievable.
I know. Bears on me arms. What's going on, Bears on me arms? You got Keith, John, and Marty here on Mornings in the Lab. It might be a guy. Bears on me. Maybe it's actually you. Maybe it's actually you texting me. Bears on me. I'm thinking that it's actually Bears on me sending the text in. And if it is, I'm welcoming it. I'm liking it, and I'm loving it. And if you don't know what he's talking about, 431-300-3005. You can text, and I get the phone. You can actually phone me. If you phone me right now, I'll answer your call and bring it onto the show. Yeah, there's nobody screening the calls behind the scenes.
I got a quick question about that, brother. So you keep inviting people to call.
Yeah.
How is it that random people are gonna make our vibe better? I keep wondering that.
Well, you never know. There could be a
get some fucking slapdick on. They're just gonna waste our valuable time.
Yeah, then I can hang up on them. And we can.
I was gonna say you gotta be quick. You gotta be quick to the trigger, babe. Quick to the trigger.
I'm super. Listen, dude. I'm 53, Johnny. I'm quick on the trigger, man. 4 seconds, 4 pumps. I'm done.
4 pump down.
Nah, you just want us to accept that. We're not accepting that, buddy.
No, hey, let's go around the loop.
You wanted some validation, John.
How was
but I gotta love the honesty is always welcome.
This is true. Hey, Bernard, I got your text. Bernard dropped me an awesome story to talk about. Bernard, we got a packed show today, so I'm putting it in the parking lot. Oh, Bernard, that's when you put the story on the whiteboard and you say you're going to talk about it later. So I'm putting it on the parking lot, and we're going to talk about it. I'm thinking on Friday, but I got you. And listen, guys, if you got something you want to talk about, throw it at me. 431-300-3005, or bring it to my attention on the show here, and we'll talk about it during Free For All Friday coming up. So, Bernard, I'm not going to ignore it. I might not get to it today. We got a packed show, but we'll do it on Friday for sure. Let's go around the table. Johnny, how was your weekend loop, brother? What happened with you?
It was, you know me. I don't really name these days. I just fucking keep kicking ass. You know?
Oh, hey, the text line is phoning us right now.
The text light?
Yeah, let's see.
What does that mean?
Good morning. Mornings in the Live with Keith and friends. Who's on the line right now? Who do we have here on the line right now?
Why, hello, friends.
Hello, who's this?
Live viewers. This is Bear Some Arms from your live page.
Bear Some Arms joining us on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Sean. And Bear Some Arms, are you going to be fun with us today? Or are you going to be a jerk off today? Or are you going to be fun with us today? Where are you joining us from today, Bears on Arms?
I'm joining y'all from Texas. I'm not trying to be a jerk or nothing like that. I wanted to see how y'all feel about firearms.
How do we feel about firearms? Well, there are certainly firearms on the planet, and I know America has plenty of firearms out there. You guys like to have your firearms all over the place, that's for sure.
I got guns that come with wherever I go.
Johnny,
but they're not registered, so I guess I might be able to get in trouble for these guns.
I'm a fan of them.
That's the best kind.
That's
All right, y'all. Well, I'm about to get out of here and go to work, but I just had to call. I saw the number and y'all were mentioning it so many times. So.
Dude, you're awesome. Bears on Arms joining us on the call here today. Bears, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, like the channel, and stick around. We got a person, we're talking non-monogamy on the show here today with Dr. Rachel Meir. So I invite you to tune the show up and tune into it.
Nice.
Bears on Arms joining us right here in the lab. And listen, dude, I'm really glad you phoned in. I invite you to subscribe to our community. This is the only morning show to help you get your day started. And I'm pleased that you're now part of our community, my friend. Say hi to John. Say hi to Marty. Boys, say hi to Bears on
I
Arms.
definitely will subscribe.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Have a
awesome.
kick-ass day,
All right,
brother.
y'all.
Go get
Take
that
care.
shit.
Go kill it, bro.
All right.
All right, brother. There you go. There you go. Bears on Arms took me up on it. 431-300-3005. There you go, Johnny. It worked.
And that was good. That was a good positive vibe. You know, I was like, I'm thinking our time is so valuable.
Yes,
You know?
I know, boss. I know. As you guys all know, Johnny's my boss, so I got to make sure I'm making sure things are.
I was.
Well, you know, it took me a little while, Marty. It took me a little while to get him to let go of addressing the negative shit because we were wasting time on negative. He's got that down, you know, so he's learning quick, isn't he?
That's
Yeah,
it.
we're getting better, but I'm going to say as the show grows, we are going to get some bullshit on the phone.
Oh, 100%.
On my live show, I get bullshit all the time. It's crazy. Yeah, man.
Click. It's just a click. That's all it is.
That's right. And we got Bears on Arms. Johnny is a fucking animal. This is actually true. Hey, guys, today we're going to uncover a subtle, surprising secret that completely transform your connection and intimacy in your relationship. And trust me, guys, coming up, it's something your partner might thank you for later. Yeah, you're not going to want to miss this one coming up. And later, guys, listen, we got Dr. Rachel Meir coming up here. She is Confessions of a Sex-Positive Psychologist, the truth about non-monogamy. Guys, she's going to be here to break more rules than a toddler at an unsupervised birthday party. Yep, true story. Except instead of crayons on the walls, we're going to talk about
more rules than a toddler.
Yeah, except instead of coloring outside the lines of traditional relationships, we're going to talk about how we can turn jealousy into joy, boys, or how commitment doesn't mean confinement. Something like that. We're going to get into that conversation with Dr. Rachel Meir. Marty, how was your weekend, Luke, brother?
It was pretty good, man. A lot of birthdays. Yeah, clients, birthday party. Then a couple clients, they didn't show up the session today. I didn't expect them to come.
There you go. So how much cake did you crush?
I actually didn't have any cake.
No?
I actually did not have any birthday cake, believe it or not. I ate some food though. You know, I had all the fried fish and mac and cheese and all that stuff though. Don't get it twisted, man. You know,
I gotta quit. This is kind of a weird thing. So when we go to a birthday party, right, and you have cake, you say, "Did you have any birthday cake?"
Yeah.
Well, what other kind of fucking cake is going to be at a birthday party?
Well, this is actually a very good point.
Did I had some? I mean, it's just the way that we talk. I'm not busting you up, Mark. I would be if I had cake at a birthday. I'd be the same thing, but I didn't have any birthday cake. What other kind of cake was there?
I went to a birthday cake.
Well, it's different flavors, man.
Well, yeah.
You know,
but it's a birthday. It would all be birthday cake, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I think a lot of birthday cakes tend to be like vanilla, white frosting. You know.
Well, you know, I'm not busting you up. It's the way that we're programmed. You know what I mean? Birthday cake. I'm having some birthday cake. What the fuck? It's cake, man. It's cake.
What did Keith ask me? Did he ask me if I had cake or did he ask me if I had birthday cake?
Exactly my point. As I said, brother, I'm not busting you up. Get out of the firing line. This is just the way we talk. I'm just saying. Yeah.
I want to know if it was a habit if I said it or if I was answering Keith. I just wanted to know because I
think we all say it. I think we all say it. We don't even fucking know it. You know, that's
I went to a birthday. Not that anybody cares, but I went to a birthday party this weekend too, and I had some birthday cake.
Well, see, there we go. We all fucking do it. The only reason I don't do it is because I don't eat cake. If I ate cake, I'd decide to have fucking birthday cake.
This guy, man.
I like how you say cake, Johnny.
Cake.
Cake, yeah, you say quite. You know, it's such a simple, strong, single syllable word, but you say it so nicely. Cake.
Well, because I use that word in other places. You know, it was 10 years ago. That was a big word. That's cake. You know, cake is like that's easy. I got it. Come on, give me some cake. You know.
Bears on Arms coming back with Christ is Lord, my friends, not the doctor, except you're talking Dr. Dre is what you're thinking, all right? I was what you're thinking about Bears on Me. All right, you're getting after it. It is 8:15, Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, Marty, and our guest, Dr. Rachel Meir, joining us in a second. Jimmy, I think we're going to go to the accountability check-in, and then we're going to
hold on real quick, Keith, before you look at Mark. Mark's looking slick today, isn't he? What is his? I mean, he's got his glasses, but he's got the black shirt, he's got the little chain on, he's looking slick today, baby.
And it's less bunches, more crunches too. I know you want to know, Johnny, if I'm Brandon, showing my brand off. It's less.
Oh, you just can't see it.
You
can't
hard.
see it.
That's
that's fucking tight. Where you can barely see it. That's cool as hell.
Yeah. I got a different camera view. I don't know if y'all noticed that.
I will say, I do want to pause and reflect with you, Mr. Anderson, for a moment on Mr. Marty, because it looks like he pulled up to the table today and he brought the crop chips, man. He's got the glasses on. His coif is nicely done. His face is looking sharp. He's got the nice shirt. Looks like he's all jacked up. Like Marty, Dude, you look like you might be off the market. Actually, are you still that young lady in your pocket?
I didn't see that one. I didn't see that one coming.
I didn't know. You never know where Keith's going, man. No, I'm still talking to my lady friend.
I love it. Marty's looking sharp here today. Chris McCarthy joining us from Fansales. What's going on, Chris? Love to have you. Always love to have you in the audience, Chris. Can we bring back money cakes? Ever have one of those when you were a kid? Money cakes. Oh, dude, that is I knew this show likes to lean into some old generations, but
hey, look at that. Bearing some arms. Just throw a little love at us. Look at that.
Yeah,
baby.
Some arms, man.
Come on, babe. Let's go.
Smokes, man. The guy shows up, finds our show, and then he calls it, and then he drops money on the table.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Talk about value. Bears on Arms. You are awesome, brother. I appreciate you so much. You come back with us. All right, Jimmy, let's go to the
real quick. Johnny, you know what zebra cakes are, Johnny?
No idea. I mean, if I had to guess, it looks like a cake with zebra stripes is what I have to guess.
It's good, too. It's good. It's a fat boy snack. I thought you knew what it was, man.
Boys.
Yeah. Well, they must not have had that back when I was fucking snacking on cakes,
Yeah, man. All right, my bad, Keith.
Fat Boy Snacks for John Anderson.
Fat Boy Snacks.
A brand new line of products.
Big bag.
Only in the Morning Dot store. Fat Boy Snacks. For all you fat boys, brought to you by John Anderson and Christopher Martin. Hey, Connor Webb, I see you there in the comments. I appreciate you joining the show here today. What is going on? We don't want to be dropping that kind of language there in the show here, Connor. That's not very kind of you. So if you keep dropping that kind of language, you might have to just drop you out of the show. But hey, welcome. Jimmy, we want to get that knob out of the show. But Jimmy, let's go to the accountability check-in. Let's get after it right now. No? Jimmy? Jimmy, are you sleeping on me, pal, or what? Yeah, we're just gonna producer Jimmy is I think he's asleep at the wheel here for some reason. Jim, we got accountability check-in coming up or what? All right, let's keep it rolling here. Let's go to Rachel. Let's go to Dr. Rachel Meir, Jimmy. Let's get after it. Let's keep it going, buddy. Dr. Rachel Meir coming up. Run the opener, Jimmy.
What if the very thing you've been taught to fear in relationships is actually the key to deeper connection and personal growth? Most men struggle with feelings they're told they shouldn't have. Jealousy, insecurity, the fear that commitment means giving up who they really are. Society tells us these emotions make us weak, but what if that's completely backwards? Clinical research shows that the most fulfilling relationships aren't built on avoiding difficult emotions, but on developing the courage to face them head-on. When you stop running from the hard conversations and start embracing radical honesty about what you actually want, everything changes. Today, choose courage over conformity. Your authentic self is waiting.
All right, we're back with the Stanford-trained licensed clinical psychologist, certified sexuality coach, and the founder and CEO of the Defy Relationship Conformity Coaching. Her name is Dr. Rachel Meir. She's got an upcoming book, 50 Questions to Ask Before Opening Your Relationship. It's coming up in August, and she's going to join us here on the show here today. And where's my notes here today? As the founder of Defy Relationship Conformity Coaching, Dr. Meir brings clinical expertise, tons of lived experiences, and a sense of humor about things most people are scared to Google. Fun fact, she moved to Mexico, embraced a child-free by choice, and built a career showing men and everyone else how to thrive on their version of love. Today, she's here to prove that alternative relationships, yes, aren't just possible. They can be the most rewarding journey you'll ever take. Jimmy, let's bring her into the lab. Let's bring in Dr. Rachel Meir. What's going on, Dr. Rachel Meir?
What's up, doctor? How you doing?
I'm having a blast. Thank you guys so much for having me on your show.
What's going on today? Where are you joining us from today? Live in the flesh. Where are you joining us from today?
I am in St. Petersburg, Florida. Tampa Bay.
Yes. How's the weather out there in Florida today?
Hot as balls.
Yes, there you go. Hot as balls. Dropping it live here on the lab.
That's good. That's good.
Not holding back at all. That's awesome. So let's get into it. You are a non-monogamist. Is that what? Not maybe you aren't, but not maybe you. But we're going to talk about the truth about non-monogamy, Dr. Rachel Meir. What does that mean with that hook?
Honestly, it means being able to be in relationships, sexual or romantic, with more than one person and do it consensually, not behind the scenes, not hidden.
Not hidden. And that has been in the news much in the last 5 or 6 days because of the incident in Boston. But let's lean into. So I got to think what you're talking about is often not talked about by many folks because we are raised with this idea of monogamy.
Correct. That you're supposed to find your one and only, your soulmate.
Yeah.
You commit to life for one partner. You can never explore outside of that relationship or that marriage. And I don't agree with any of it, obviously.
Okay.
Well, I think I just had to do a lot of exploring before I found the one, I tell you, that was, I agree. That's to make sure that you stay in a relationship, you got to get all the sniffing around done early.
Alternatively, I didn't sniff around much at all. I committed to one person, a male, for a long time. And as a bisexual woman, I was like, well, what the fuck? Where am I going to get my other one person? I had a turn.
So how did you realize? Let's get right into it, doctor. So what was that moment where you're like, oh, this is not working for me?
We got together when we were 18. Not a lot of exploration, but definitely that couple that fantasized about threesomes, watched threesomes porn. It just never seemed like it was something that you could actually implement in real life. And I ended up at a strip club on Halloween. I don't remember what year, sometime way long ago. And someone handed me a card that said Cassidy.com. And I had no idea what that was, but of course, I Googled it. And it turned out to be a swinger lifestyle dating site where you could find events and match with other couples or people looking to explore non-monogamy. And we just ended up down this path for really the last 15 years.
Interesting. So let's back it up a little bit. So Dr. Meir, as I was doing my research for the show today, doing some reading, digging into some stuff, I noticed that there's one theme that pops up in nearly everything you post. And that word is courage. And you use that word almost as often as you use the word connection. And I got to be honest, it's like your entire approach is either subtly or perhaps provocatively or just in the wide open, showing people, doctor, that it's not just about the structure of the relationships, but that it takes some bravery to live them out loud.
I think it's actually really awesome that you picked up on that. And so much of what I do is really helping people just find that confidence within, because unless you believe it, unless you're able to defy, right, and go against the norm, so much of my life I was taught to follow the rigid guidelines, right? I was going to have 2.5 kids, a picket fence, a White House.
This is the way it works. We're programmed with this shit, aren't we?
Yeah, totally programmed. And then, but why? And if there's something else that's calling to you, you have to know that it's okay, as long as you're not hurting yourself or hurting anyone else, to follow that path that's going to work best for you. But if you don't believe it, trying to stand up to everyone who's going to tell you you're doing it wrong, or you should do it this way, or it should look some other way, you'll fail. And I don't think you'll find that authenticity or that connection that you're really striving for.
Johnny?
I got it. Yeah, I was going to ask, do you get any negativity for your choices, for your lifestyle?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Do you get any negativity for your lifestyle?
All the time.
If you shit about it? Okay.
Constantly. If you look at the comments on all of the reels or any of the posts, I mean, going to hell, absolutely beat up over and over.
Yeah.
But I really don't give a fuck, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like it's an outlet, because like, perfect example, we're programmed to do a certain thing. right?
Right.
I was lucky enough that my oldest brother, who's 12 years older than me, so he's almost like an uncle. When he spoke, it was like he was Superman to me. He just said, look, he said, you got to, I'm going to be, excuse my language, he said, look, you got to go get the fucking out of your system. Because if you settle down too soon and you haven't done this, you're going to have big troubles. And so, you know, for me, when I did try to have a relationship too early, I wasn't faithful. Wasn't until later in life when I had, smelled all the roses, so to speak, that I was actually happy with one person. And for someone that gets married too soon, do you wreck the marriage or do you try to do something like you're doing? That's a great, fork in the road, if you will.
Right. And I think if people would have more conversations and realize that I can still be absolutely committed to you as a long-term partner or someone who I want to commit to in a marriage, or even see you as my soulmate. And there can be more than one soulmate. There can be more than one connection. You can have added value in your life without taking away from another. But so many people are afraid to either bring up that conversation because of the fear of jealousy or judgment or something else. But if we would all just sit down, and that's ultimately what I did with my husband, Aaron, I just said, I'm craving something more. I'd like to explore this. How do you feel about it? And we talked for weeks before we actually went to the first lifestyle club, but at least we were talking about it.
Well, don't you think that the person that's going to bring that conversation up has got to have a confidence in themselves and actually truly knowing who they are and what they want? That's if you have that confidence, I can see that would be a conversation you could have. If you didn't, and if you didn't know who you were, I could see how people would run from that. It would, talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, definitely the confidence in exploring who you are, understanding that that's always evolving and changing. And I think having a supportive partner or people in your life who are also open to dialogue and understanding that we can have different opinions or different perspectives. And even if I want something that would have been different from Aaron or someone else in my life, can we stay grounded? Can we have that conversation with respect, with courtesy? And then if you're in partnership, is there a way forward that could work for both of us, but not losing autonomy or individuality on either side?
Love it. So here's a real quick last question. I'm sorry, brother. So there's somebody listening right now, and he's like, "Man, this lady is dropping gems."
Yeah.
And you're like answering all of you're like in his head, and he's thinking, "Holy shit." How to give this guy advice and how he could go home and talk to his wife or just open this topic somehow.
I always say just start from a place of vulnerability and I feel statements and what's coming up for me, and saying something around the fact. So let's say he's in a partnership that he's obviously very committed to and in love with this person, to be able to say, I want to bring up something that's really scary for me. I have a lot of fears around what you're going to think about me, how you're going to feel, if this is going to impact our relationship, sort of already preemptively addressing some of the concerns, some of the backlash, some of the fears that he may have. And would it be okay with you if we just talk openly? Talking, we say discussing is not deciding. Can we just put something on the table?
There we go. That's good. That's real good. Because that keeps the conversation away from being a threat of a decision.
Yeah.
Totally. Right. And that comes from Martha Kawapi, by the way. She's in her book, Polyamory. She says that. And I think it's fabulous because so many times we'll bring up something with a partner, with someone else, and they think, oh, well, because you said it, you must want it. Now we got to do it. And that's not at all the case.
Doctor, I got a curious question for you. So you are a clinical psychologist exploring non-monogamy and polyamory and so forth. Did you make this choice before you experienced your personal journey, or did your personal journey influence your professional journey?
The personal journey influenced the professional journey. So I started off as a pretty generalist clinical psychologist, worked in a hospital, kids, trauma.
Yeah.
I recognized that there was definitely a need clinically. And it was interesting.
You were walking into the fire yourself and you're like, holy smokes, there's nobody here next to me. And you see all these people that are like, perhaps I'll use the word struggling like you were. And you're like, oh, okay. Totally. I found my calling, my purpose, so to speak. No?
Totally. And it's one thing to have a therapist or a coach who's affirming and it won't necessarily judge or say that you're wrong for it. But if they also don't get it, they can't comprehend what's going on and wrap their mind around it. And you have to and however many sessions explaining you've got a metamor and this other partner and a nesting partner and throwing terms all over the place, and it's just not effective. So I think someone with the lived experience, but also the clinical skills can go a long way.
Hey, you're hanging out with Keith, John, Marty, and Dr. Rachel Meir here on Mornings and Alive with Keith, John, Marty, and friends, getting after it every single day, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Hey, Dr. Meir, what's been talk about your DEFY method that helps people manage jealousy and shame. What is DEFY, and what's the number one misconception you tackle when you first sit down with new clients that sit down with you?
Yeah, the DEFY method I sort of came up with the help of AI. I'm definitely an AI supporter, but it were, these common themes around jealousy, being able to have effective communication, overcoming judgment, having the courage, finding your authentic self. These are all themes that I was noticing over and over and over, having conversations with people in any sort of non-monogamous dynamic. And so I figured, let's just put it out there so that basically it's ditch the doubts, any sort of uncertainties, fears that you can do this, and all the jealousy, big emotions that are coming up. Then express with ease, finding those skills for effective communication and conflict resolution. F is find your fearless. So again, overcoming judgment, whether that's internal shame and guilt, coming from deeply ingrained religious upbringings, or just the external judgment from society that you're doing something wrong. And then ultimately feeling like you can say yes to whatever is authentic to you. So at the end of the course, you may actually decide monogamy is great for you, but you're doing it with intentionality. And even though I could do non-monogamy, or even though I could do polyamory, I'm actually choosing I don't. I want my partner who I've fallen in love with. I've gotten all that out of my system. Or yeah, non-monogamy is great. And now I feel confident pursuing it.
Interesting. Hey, doctor, what's as you were going through the journey and you were exploring the moment of, oh, something seems off for me, that just didn't happen for you. There was a journey building up to that. What were some of those signals? Back to Johnny's question about, there's a man, there's a woman listening to us right now. What were some of the signals for you that were pointing you in a direction that you didn't know what direction was headed? And you didn't know what those signals meant. But what were some things telling you, Rachel?
I mean, I think a lot of things. Most of my journey definitely spawned because of my bisexuality. So being pigeonholed into a relationship with just a man, although Aaron is wonderful and fabulous, and I could have lived a life just with him, it would feel like something is missing. And so the ability to explore first from a sexual component or a sexual side with women was what was the driving force to even having those fantasies around threesomes, and eventually when we found out about the swinging lifestyle, being able to put ourselves in the place that actually became a reality. But then over time, that's great and it's fun, and I'm all about sex, obviously. But at some point I wanted to get deeper with a woman like I had with Aaron. And so emotionally connecting or getting to know that person sexually in a much more intimate way rather than, one time on a Friday night. And so I think that was a big part of it. I just had something that totally lost my mind.
While you're getting it back, Dusty struggles. I see your comments there in the horizontal stream. Dusty, thanks for joining us. You're joining the conversation with myself, John Anderson, C. Marty Fit, and Dr. Rachel Meir here this morning on Mornings Live with Keith and friends. Hey, doctor, I'm going to do a quick 90-second break. We're going to do a fit tip with Christopher Martin. Then we're going to come back, keep the conversation going. Does that work for you?
Awesome. Sounds great.
Let's do that. All right, Marty, we're going to do a fit tip with you, brother, and then we're going to come back and keep our chat going with our wonderful guest this morning, Dr. Rachel Meir. All right, do that.
All right, we got the fitness tip for today. Excuses don't burn calories. So we've been down this road a million times. People will come up with anything to neglect their fitness. So yesterday I saw a video where a girl said she has a 4.0, so it's okay for her to wear a 3X. Now listen, I'm excited that you got the 4.0. Great accomplishment. Congrats to you. And not everyone can do that. I didn't do that in school. But that's not going to take away the risk for heart disease. It's not going to take away the high blood pressure. It's not going to take away all of these things that your lack of fitness can lead to. So just because you're excelling in one area doesn't mean you can neglect the fitness, and vice versa. Just because you're excelling in fitness doesn't mean you can neglect other areas of your life. But the more you look for these excuses, the more you're going to find them. At the end of the day, the choice is up to you. You're either going to get it done, you're not going to get it done. And those little things you say in your head to make you believe that it's okay to neglect your fitness, it's not okay. So cut it out. Get your ass in the gym. Let's get to work. And that's the fitness tip for today.
There it is, the fit tip of the day with Christopher Martin, giving you guys something to think about to get after it this morning on the Monday Loop on Mornings at the Lab with Keith and friends. Dr. Rachel, if you could make one taboo topic today totally mainstream, what would it be and why?
That's a great question. I feel like we're sort of already doing that. But I think, honestly, just sex in general, it is still something that is very much talked about behind closed doors. We don't speak openly around some of the challenges or any of the areas of interest when you get into sort of the kink and fetish space. That, definitely are not openly discussed.
And that's what we're trying to change here on the show, because I can't believe, frankly, that we still live in an era, to your point, where it seems like even just the word sex seems to be taboo for some folks. It's like, we all have penises and vaginas, and to make another human, we got to put the penis in the vagina. True story. And then the human comes out, and then we do it again. Yet everyone's like, oh my God, we can't talk about that.
And if you don't want to have a human, you still want to enjoy pleasure and have some great orgasms and have some fun. And it's still
right. So listen, there's things obviously changing, and society's changing, considerably. Let me back it up. With new generations that are exploring non-monogamy, and we're reading much about Gen Z having less sex than ever and so forth. Doctor, what shifts are you noticing that you wish had happened even just decades ago?
I mean, I think some of the shifts are more openness, right? And even with COVID and social media sort of exploding, at least there were more people coming out about their relationships, even though they've been living them for decades. This is not anything that's new. I just think there's a newness around discussing them. But for someone like me, when I was born 44 years ago, if I even had the conversations with my family, with friends, with, mentors, that any of this was possible, I think, and I came back and I remembered what I was going to say to you on the last question, but I'm not one of those people that just sees my husband and now my wife for just the two of them. I'm always looking at attractive people, and someone walks by and we'll have those comments between all three of us. And to know that it's okay to value or to appreciate the human form, or to be able to have connections in multiple ways with more people doesn't detract from a connection that you have with someone else. I just don't think any of that was ingrained in me growing up.
Parents still alive, Rachel?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Are your parents still alive?
Oh, my dad has passed. My mom is still alive, and I have a stepmother and a stepfather.
How have mom and dad addressed your journey in life?
It's been a roller coaster. It's been ups and downs. I basically dropped a bomb 6 years ago when we connected with Casey, that not only was I bisexual, but I was moving back from Mexico and I was going to form this triad-throuple relationship. And so people had a hard time. There was a lot of fear, a lot of shock, but they've come a long ways. And now I'm very grateful that they're all very supportive.
Well, I mean, at some point, if they love you, they have to accept who you are. It's not like you're hurting other people. You're doing what's serving you, and everybody that you're doing this with is happy that it's happening. So how long can somebody really be upset with that?
Yeah. And I'm not even sure as much upset with any one of us, but they thought I was actually a lesbian running off with a woman. Aaron's family thought that he was going off with a younger woman. Casey's family thought she was going to get hurt by a couple who's just going to discard her eventually. So everyone's family, I think, is coming from a place of love.
They were worried it was going to destroy you guys, is what they're worried about.
Right.
Yeah.
Looking into the comments, guys, I see all your awesome activity there in the comments, and I'm having a great conversation with Dr. Rachel Meir this morning, so we'll get you some of your comments later. B-Drive, Lady Drew, I see you there. Wow, Waco Skew Hillman, I see you there as well. Global, what's shaking? Good to see you here this morning in the community. Hey, Rachel, throuple, is that the term you are? Throuple?
Thruple, triad, use interchangeably.
Yeah. So I gotta be honest, I gotta have some fun with you. I've never been around a thruple before. So if I got a thruple coming to my house, I'm like, I'm setting a table for 3, not just a couple. Like it's just a whole new experience for many folks. It's like, there's the thruple. So I'm joking with you because you have a new label. And we talk about labels on this show often. You know, I've talked about labeling, Marty has, Johnny has, because in many ways, we all carry a label. Give me your opinion and your philosophy, because you are a label. You're a thruple. So, and you carry many labels. What's your opinion, your personal feeling around this idea of labeling in society, Dr. Rachel Meir, one of the people in the thruple?
It's interesting, right? Because on some level, if you have a label, it quickly allows someone to make an assessment of you, and you don't have to go into a lot of detail and explaining. But at the same time, they make an assessment of you, which means things with exceptions, right? And so it's kind of hit or miss, but it's a lot easier if I just put thruple out there. Clearly, it's something different than a couple. If they want to ask more questions, I welcome it. If they don't, they can make their own assumptions. And at the end of the day, again, I know who I am and who my identity is, or what my identity is.
Yes.
But it's that just quick shorthand to hopefully communicate with someone.
Aaron's the male, correct? Your husband?
Correct. Legal husband. Mm-hmm.
When you were talking with Aaron about introducing a throuple and having the conversation about your curiosity and your desires and so forth, was his first response walking towards you, or did his first response turn around and walk away from you?
I would say walking towards. Absolutely. He's been super supportive all the way.
Did he know? Did he have an idea? Maybe is that why he was maybe walking towards you, and maybe he has some similar curiosity, Dr. Rachel?
I think initially getting into the swinging lifestyle and exploring what we thought would just be these casual sexual experiences was definitely sure, of course I'm happy to be with more than one woman. Yeah. Kind of your typical male fantasy. We could get into that whole thing, but Gumming, when I first approached him around this idea of true polyamory and building a relationship with another person, definitely not walking away. I do think that required a lot more conversation, and what did that mean, and what's the potential damage it could do to our relationship. We didn't want to in any way have that jeopardize what we built for 20 years.
But you guys put together some guidelines to kind of follow, so you felt like, okay, here's our guardrails, here's where we exist.
Yeah. And even then, what we said early on has definitely evolved and changed, because at the end of the day, if we continue to view ourselves, the couple, the established couple, as better than or the priority, Casey can never eventually feel like she's part of the group equally or equitably. Yeah. Over time, we've really had to say at any given point, one of us might not want this anymore. And it doesn't mean it's just mine and Aaron's decision anymore.
Oh, yeah.
So it's scary, but it's also that comes with a lot of intention and ongoing conversation and open dialogue all the time.
We talk about intention on this show often, because intention, I suspect, is a scary word for many people, because when you're intentional, you need to essentially follow through with it. And when you follow through with it, you can have failure. Right. You're in a 3-way relationship. Many folks can't even manage a couple. And what I mean by that is it's a tension of, I got to intentionally love my wife daily. Johnny's intentionally loving Terry, and Marty's intentionally loving his girl daily. Dude, you got to intentionally love 2 people every single day. Like, talk about confusion.
It's kind of true, because I make mistakes with one. I'm having 2 now.
Fuck, man. You talk about adding stuff to your plate, Dr. Rachel Meir. Like, shit, man. We pride ourselves in doing shit others won't do. Well, Johnny, I think we met somebody who might be topping us. She's like, fuck you all. I'm going to go get 2 that I'm going to intentionally love. Like, you are intentionally loving 2 humans every single day, and props to you for doing it.
In a certain way, because we love lots of humans, but all different types of love. But that one, it requires a certain level of attention and dimension and everything else,
Right. They're both very different. They're going to require totally different approaches. And at the same time, though, you have someone else to take that pressure off of you. So we're not always all 3 together, right? So at times when I just need a break or I escape, we have our dyad date nights every week. And so one night a week, one of us just gets to leave and do whatever we want on our own. So it is more, but it's also a way to, you don't have to be that one and only for your person.
So I'm paid to ask the big questions, Doctor. Like I get paid so much money.
All right, Keith. Hold on now, man. You don't ask nothing too crazy.
You can ask anything.
Y'all sleep
I'm
together?
just playing. I'm just
So is it like a big king bed for y'all to sleep in?
It is. That's the number one question we always get asked, and I've got a good reel on it. If you
Does
want to
Aaron
post
get
it.
to sleep in the middle? Like I get to sleep together with the two chicks on each side? Is that how it works?
take turns.
He hates that. He gets way too hot. So most of the time, Casey and I flip flops on this.
I don't want to sit in the middle on the airplane either. I want to sit on the aisle. So I'm sleeping.
Right. But trust me, 6 years later, I'm embracing the need to sleep. And actually, the last few nights, I've been sleeping in my own bed, and it's wonderful. It is so good.
I love it. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. You're hanging out with Keith, Christopher Martin, John Anderson, and our guest this morning, Dr. Rachel Meir. We're talking not monogamy. We're talking polyamory and the acceptance of it and why we should perhaps talk more about it in today's world, which is polyamory. Hey, Doctor, let's do some rapid fire before we walk out of here. How's that sound? Then Johnny will do a lifestyle tip with you so you can get yourself out of here for a quick little break here. So, Doctor, let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So I'm going to turn this down, turn this up, and I'm going to go off to this way here. Polyamory or swinging? Which one's more fun?
Different reasons.
Oh, she's coming back.
Awesome.
Answer. First relationship rule you ever broke?
Oh my God. I don't think I have.
Oh, dude, you're 0 for 2. Number 3, mainstream TV couple you secretly love.
I don't watch TV. I see this is where I feel
Johnny, she's just fucking failing. Jealousy. Is it always bad, sometimes good, or just misunderstood?
just misunderstood. That one for sure.
Thank you. If you could
There we
teach,
go.
if you could teach the world one communication skill instantly, what would it be?
Vulnerability.
Oh, yes. It took me a long time to learn that one. Routine you swear by for instant morning motivation.
Oh, exercise, the gym.
There we go.
There you go. Most unusual place you've ever been asked a relationship question.
Here.
I love it. And I got a bonus question. Is the pineapple symbol in polyamory and swinging, is the pineapple real? If I'm on a cruise ship or I'm on a hotel and I see a pineapple hanging outside of Aaron and Dr. Rachel Meier's door, am I saying to Lauren, I'm going to go for a little visit?
It's absolutely real.
Oh, there you go. It's absolutely real. The pineapple's real with Dr. Rachel Meyer here this morning on Morning to the Lab with Keith and John and Marty. Dr. Rachel, how can folks find you, connect with you, engage with you, encourage you to get your ass back to the lab with us? How can they find you, Doctor?
Easiest is probably social media at Dr. Rachel Meir Coaching. It's on the tagline right there.
I love it. Mike McQuillan coming in, fit presenter. Mike, I hear you listening, brother. I know you're listening because your ears are up. And yes, I was doing my research on today's show, and Mike, of course, is throwing the pineapple into the comments. Dr. Rachel, this was fun. And I feel like, true story, we only scratched the surface.
Really true. I had a blast. Thank you, guys.
Will you come back?
Of course.
Yeah?
Yeah.
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 We can
Fun
always-
conversation. Thank you, Doctor.
Well, you know what I love about it, John and Marty, is that this is not, and this is what I strive for. This is absolutely not your typical sex conversation at all.
All right. But we're going to
Well,
hopefully make it that way.
it's not really about sex. It's more about the relationship.
Yeah.
The sex is just the icing on the cake.
That was terrible, Johnny.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Dr. Rachel, you have yourself an awesome day today. Very much appreciate you hanging out with us this morning. I loved your energy. I love what you brought, and we'll have you back again real soon. Look forward to grabbing coffee later today, okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Rachel's going to get out here, Jimmy, and we're going to do a lifestyle tip with John Anderson, and we're going to keep the show rocking and rolling with some continue.
I'm going to head out. I'm going to catch y'all tomorrow, man.
Marty's going to rock and roll. He's going to get the glasses off and get after it, brother.
Yes, sir. I see y'all. Good show
Keep
today.
the glasses on, babe. Let's go.
All right, I'll keep them on just for you, Johnny. Just because Johnny.
There we go, baby.
Not 'cause
There we
Keith.
go. My man.
All right,
Brother. Have a good loop.
All right, y'all.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Get him up there. Johnny, get the lifestyle tip. Let's go, brother.
All right. Ask yourself a simple question. What do you want? Do you know what you want in detail? Because you put 1,000 men in line, most times they don't know what they want, which is the problem. Because if you don't know what you want, how are you going to get it? It's like a ship that leaves port A. If it doesn't want to get to port B, it just wanders around and never really gets anywhere. So ask yourself, what do you want? And if you have a quick answer, write down some details, put it on paper, because when you put that shit down on paper, it becomes real. Now, if you can answer that question, and if you can put enough detail on paper to make it real in your mind, you're ahead of most people in a major, major way. Now, all you got to do is go get that shit. How do you do it? You do it through how you live your daily life. It's that simple. You win your daily battle. And if you win your daily battle, you will win the war of life. There are many battles inside of a war. So all you got to do is just keep winning every day. And if that day, your win for the day is getting you closer to what you want, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. But the question you got to ask yourself right now is, do you know what you want? Rock and roll.
What if the difference between men who command respect and those who struggle isn't intelligence, charisma, or even success, but something far simpler that most people never learn? Every day you're having conversations that could strengthen relationships, advance your career, or deepen connections, but instead, they're leaving you frustrated, misunderstood, or wondering why people don't really hear what you're saying. Scientists have discovered that communication effectiveness isn't a talent you're born with, it's a learnable skill set. Today, we're revealing 8 scientifically backed conversation secrets that successful men use to build deeper connections, reduce conflict, and create the relationships they actually want. Your next conversation could be the beginning of everything changing. Let's dive deep.
Guys, communication isn't just about talking, it's about connecting. Yes, mastering these conversational secrets can dramatically transform your relationships, as we were learning earlier today with Dr. Rachel Meir, helping you build trust, reduce conflict, and achieve clarity both at work and at home. Research consistently shows that active listening significantly reduces misunderstanding and builds trust. Clarity and concise communication improves comprehension by 40%. Nonverbal cues actually communicate more than our words do, and emotional intelligence has become a key predictor of professional success, outranking IQ. We're going to get into a conversation, guys, around the 8 secrets to better conversations. My goal with this, when I put it on the table today, was to give something for you guys to leave our conversation, to go throughout your day, whether it's with your kids, your wife, your husband, your work colleagues, to help you get through the day and become a better conversationalist. As y'all know, Keith and Johnny talk daily here on the show, and I'd like to think that we've become, I'm not sure about experts, but certainly active at having conversations, and thought we can put some stuff on the table for us all. But before we get there, dude, I loved that chat with Dr. Rachel Meir.
Yeah, I think it was a little different than most people were going to think, you know.
Yes.
Even though she was a doctor, you know, a lot of times when people think non-monogamy, they think the sexual part of it, which of course that's an element, but it's, you know, one of many elements, if you will.
No, but it's everything around that, right? It's like I really sincerely meant, like, I felt like we were scratching the surface and want to have her back, because it's like, Johnny, sex is like the least important part of it all, right? And what I mean by the sex is like the intercourse part of it. Like, I'm talking like everything that goes before that, sleeping together in the same bed, you know, hanging out in the house, feelings, communicating, walking up to you and saying, "Hey, Johnny, I got some feelings that I want to explore outside of our relationship." Dude, there's a lot of layers to that, man.
Well, I mean, I would guarantee, you know, and Terry's actually said this to me a long time ago. I don't remember how long ago, but she was like, you know, look, you know, I want to be with you. So if you feel like you need something else, tell me. Yeah. I would rather explore this with you.
Yes.
Rather than have it destroy us.
Yes. And credit to Lauren. Lauren's been the same way with me. She's like, I want to be with you and I want to be with you. I have no desire. I have zero, very clear, zero desire to go and explore a throuple or polyamory, or I'm curious to learn about it because I'm a curious human, but I'm very happy in my monogamous relationship. However, and I have zero judgment. I have zero judgment at all. And you, I know
100%. Different strokes, different folks, you know, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another thing, you know, when it comes to, I mean, I am, you know, a lot of guys are like, oh, you know, they're get all bent out of shape if their partner has had a past. Well, I'm like, no, if my partner hasn't had a past, that's more concerning to me than if she has, because she needs to have her questions answered just like I had mine answered for us to be okay together.
Yes.
You know, and I think that that's part of an issue with, you know, these dudes want to find some girl who's had very little sexual history. Well, it's just a matter of time before she wants to know what's out there too.
Well, and I know I was being somewhat humorous on, you know, fuck, man, it's hard enough work to put a lot of intention into one human being to have a strong relationship. Never mind being intentional with two. And I'm being serious, right? Which is okay. Yeah. Like, because I know you love your Terry time. Imagine saying to me, okay, Keith, I now have to have Terry time and Keith time. I'm just saying, right? Now all of a sudden it's like, oh my God. And it's again, different strokes, different folks, but I thought it was great. And I would love to have her back. I loved how vulnerable she was, loved how frank she was. I loved how real she was, didn't hold anything back. And I just thought,
here's an interesting spin. I don't know, just making conversation, right? Yeah. So you and I immediately, and I thought the same thing. You'd, holy shit, twice the responsibility.
Yes.
But what if, because there's two people, now it actually becomes, it's rather than 50-50, it's like thirds. You know what I mean? Because now somebody's getting 66, you know, so they got more than the 50 they had to begin with.
So you're getting more time back.
So to a certain extent, that's the question. Is it really harder, or is it actually make it a little easier? I mean, I posed the question because I mean, I would imagine for most couples, this dynamic would be really fucking hard. Oh. But I would imagine if you did it right, it could probably be a little bit, I could see how it might be easier, you could say.
No question about it. No question about it. Hey guys, you want a way to start your day with kindness? Well, you want to start with Matthew Roof. Kindness Rising, 7:30 Eastern time. He gets up and gets after right here on the channel. Kindness conversation to help you get your day out of bed. Positive start, kind conversation. Matthew Roof, Kindness Rising, 7:30 Eastern time. And Bernard, I agree. She was great. We're going to have her back. And Global comes in and says monogamy is the main issue for relationships. And you know, and your comment there, Global, I think is true. Monogamy is the main quote unquote issue. Right, where there's so much tied to that whole concept. So we're gonna have Rachel back. She was great, and would love to do some work with her as well. But hey, guys, let's dig into the 8 secrets of better conversations. Again, want to give you guys stuff to take away from the show, and I thought Johnny was asking some great stuff with Rachel there, which is if you guys are in a situation, how do you approach your partner with it? Let's get into it. John, the 8 secrets of better conversation. First of all, active listening. Again, a no-brainer, but it's hard to do.
Oh my God, dude. Oh yeah. One of my buddies is a neighbor here at the lake house. Really cool cat. And he'll be the first one to tell you. He's like, you know, fuck, he goes, I'm listening to you, but my mind is trying to figure out what I'm going to say next, you know? But the fact that he knows that is really fucking cool. I mean, my mind will do that to me too. Years ago, I swear to God, and I got it from my blood dad. I swear to God, you'd have a conversation with him, and he might ask you a question. He'll change the fucking subject before you actually finish your answer. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I had that massively. And just the awareness is a huge help in the situation. Because here's the thing, when you're actually listening to somebody else, you're kind of learning.
And it feels really good.
Yes, there's a paycheck in listening.
I don't mind when somebody calls me out on it, because it actually, and so I'm going to invite somebody when they hear me next. Don't take it as a negative when somebody calls you out on listening, because what Johnny just said, if you're encouraged to listen, you're going to learn. So if somebody says, hey, Keith, you're not really paying attention to me, like, you're right. Thank you for calling me out on that, because I'm not learning right now and I want to learn. Right. So there's power in listening, and there's power in being called out on something so simple, because what you're also doing is you're creating a really wonderful connection with the other human being. Right. Mm-hmm. So,
and there's an interest level, like even on the show, I find myself like, and I've said it before, if someone is basically really got my interest, I'm much fucking more quiet than if I'm like, Jesus Christ, they've got to fucking liven this shit up. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. All right, number 2, guys, clarity and concisiveness, clearly and succinctly expressing your key points first. Guys, get to the point. I think sometimes we like to hear ourselves talk, and sometimes we like to think we're smart by adding a bunch of words. I go back to lawyer talk.
That's so true, dude. That's so true.
It is. I go back to lawyer talk. I want to meet with you. Not,
Oh,
hey,
Jesus.
Johnny, I was thinking about getting together and coming around and sitting down and maybe having a conversation because I got some feelings. Like, what do you want, Keith? I want to meet with you. Okay, great. Boom. It's just fucking clear and concise and to the point. I don't got 5 minutes to hear your 4 fucking word sentence.
The lawyers they're trained to put a word that doesn't mean something doesn't exist in their language, and it's really fucking cool.
It is. I tell you, man, what we can learn from lawyer etiquette, positive nonverbal communication, use open gestures, maintain eye contact, and reflect positive body language. Another secret to betting conversation. Johnny, I got to bet when you're hanging out with Terry or anybody around you, because you're a great communicator, you use your body, your eye contact, but arm gestures. Talk about how it makes you feel when somebody reacts that way, and how you think you make others feel by that nonverbal communication.
That's because what's the thing? There's a percentage of our communications that are words, and it's much smaller than we think.
Yes, it's not verbal. Yes.
A lot of times what'll happen with my communication, like with Terry, is like if let's just say I'm at my desk and I'm doing something, she comes up and asks me something, and I try to answer her, but I don't answer her fully, so to speak.
Yes. Yes.
It's very different than if I was to, push pause on my desk, turn to her, do what I do.
Absolutely.
because it's like I'm there all the way,
Yeah.
And so
you're
it's
leaning
like,
into it.
yeah. And so people can tell if you're there or not, if you're just using your words. A lot of times, even the tones of your words will have something. That's another layer of communication.
Yes. Global.
That's why text is so confusing.
Oh, you can lose context in text. You're absolutely right. And Global comes in, Johnny. This is a good one. Global comes in and says, temporary pineapple tattoo stickers can be given out to friends to start conversations. Yes. Just put the tattoo on and say, oh, look, I got a tattoo on me. You want to talk about it? I love that, Global. And here's the next one on our eight secrets to better conversations: emotional intelligence and empathy. And I've talked about this often as well. I struggled with this until I would say my late 30s. It wasn't until I went through my journey of life, my divorce, where I learned this idea of empathy and emotional intelligence. But this whole concept, Johnny, of understanding and managing your emotions and then empathizing with the person you're talking to. I sucked at that. That's a big thing for people.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question. I think as you become, or for me, I should say, as I became more in touch with me and confident who I was, then I could just kind of speak how I felt rather than always worried about what that person is going to think about how I presented what I was saying or what I was saying. It's like, this is it. If you like it, perfect. If you don't, go over there.
It's true. Yeah, absolutely. Guys, next one is be present, no multitasking. It's hard, especially with phones and we're being pulled in so many directions, but there's so much value when we stay fully focused on the conversation without distractions. Would be an obvious one, but obviously one that's very difficult for much of us. Ask for and offer feedback. Encourage mutual understanding through continuous feedback loops. I'm a big fan of always asking for feedback, and which obviously drives conversation as well, Johnny.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing with, like, one of the things that I learned with, I guess with Terry, when it comes down to, she wants me to feel like, I'm more involved in the conversation. So, or am I hearing her? Am I really there? So when you're participating in a conversation and you're primarily asking questions about what's being spoken about, it's a really good way to show the other person I'm here, because you're asking for clarification rather than saying something, which, a lot of times a statement is received so much different than a question.
Absolutely. And the next one, we got Kindness Rise. We got Matt coming in. The most important part of asking a question is listening to the answer. So obvious, yet so difficult. Matt, well said, brother. Choose the right communication channel. Match your method, in-person, phone, or email to your message. And I'd even argue, Johnny, to your person. So, for example, I have found that I'm communicating with my kids often through iMessage and FaceTime. And it's not that we don't talk, it's just a different way of communicating. And I'm meeting them where they are, right? So I think there's something to be, and I know you do as well. And I think sometimes we forget about that, which is, hey, no, hold on. We can meet our folks where they are. And if they're over there, they're in that digital space, go meet them in the digital space. Johnny.
I mean, there's something for me, there's something really unique about how, like when I send all my ladies, my mom, wife, and my daughters a text every morning, there's just something about it's not like a major form of communication, but it's like, I'm here, you know, and to be that rock, to be that pillar that never misses a day, you know, it's like there's some value to that other person to know that, hey, I took a few seconds to text you a heart.
Exactly. Take that time, and you know, and if you know your audience is on the other side of that messaging platform, it's a great way to extend that olive branch.
Real quick, what about this, dude? I see all the time where, like, sometimes when you're trying to get to know somebody, like a lot of times if I'm, you know, getting to know somebody a little bit more, say training collaboration, right? Like I can think of a certain situation where we were texting back and forth, but never really had an adept text before because we were talking about, you know, videographers and where we're going to do this and blah, blah, blah. And so there was one of the texts came in, I sent a text and we were doing, you know, obviously acknowledgement. He hearted it, right? Then went back and removed the heart and put a thumbs up, right? So the next time I was doing that to him, I hearted it, which was to say we're good, and now we heart instead of thumbs up.
Oh, there you
go. Because I think for him, he didn't know if that was a weird boundary, you know what I mean? Because he's a sweet dude, and I knew that he just needed that to be accepted, you know. But a lot of times, especially in the world of, you know, fucking big, strong, lifting heavy shit, you know, it's like that's just not accepted very well.
You know, it's interesting you say that. We're talking communication, we're talking conversation, 8 ways to have better conversation. The power of the acknowledging of a message, right? Whether it's the heart, whether it's the thumbs up, it's the emoji and the context of that. So it's interesting to hear you say that, because to some folks, they take it different ways, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think it comes down to, you know, people they're worried about what the other party's going to think about their choice of acknowledgement.
Yeah. Yes. Good morning, John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith. Good to see you there. I love always seeing your name in the comments there. What a shaking, John. Hey, Jimmy, let's go to our next topic. I'll get you to queue it up for us, pal. Johnny, we've been having some conversation on 8 ways that we can increase our communication skills on today's show. We just wrapped up with Dr. Rachel Meir. I found a good story. And I think you're going to have a giggle like I do as we go through this because of how obvious it is, but how often it happens to so many folks. And I'm suspecting in our demographic and age. Let me set the stage. We raise our kids. You wake up, the kids are not out of the house. And you're like, oh, we're empty nesters.
It's a big fucking shift, man.
Oh, who are you? Oh, are you Terry? Oh, hi, I'm John. Oh, we haven't. I'm just role playing. It's we haven't really been into it or had sex in a while. How do we do that? How do we reconnect? And I'm not saying you guys. No, hold on. But we know.
I'm just giggling because I know exactly what you're saying. That's the majority of people. I'm just giggling.
I know. There might be a reason I'm having this conversation, Anderson. I know of a couple in my world that might be going through what we're talking about here, Mr. Anderson, that have woken up and they're like, oh, who are you? I don't know if I like you anymore. The kids aren't gone, and what the hell do we do? Jimmy, let's run this video so Johnny and I can talk about it.
What if the solution to your biggest relationship challenge has been right in front of you this entire time?
After years of routine, many men find themselves feeling disconnected from what matters most, wondering if the spark they once had is gone forever, questioning whether they're failing as partners.
Breakthrough research reveals that small, intentional changes create profound transformations in how we connect with others. Scientists have identified specific patterns that successful people use to rebuild what seemed lost.
The key isn't dramatic overhauls.
Today, we're diving deep into the science of transformation. Stay with us.
Today, we're going to dive deep into the surprising solution one couple discovered after 15 years that reignited their intimacy and completely transformed the relationship. And guys, I'm just going to get right to it. You know what it was? They decided to have sex again. Yeah, true story. I found, and we're not going to lean too much into this singular couple because the couple is the foundation for what we're going to talk about. Reviving passion isn't just about improving your sex life. It strengthens emotional connections, boosts your mental wellness, and creates a deeper, more fulfilling partnership. Research shows that novelty reignites attraction through a phenomenon known as the Coolidge effect. But guys, here's what happens. We grow up, we raise our kids, we go through life, and then we all of a sudden go, oh, I haven't had sex or haven't been intimate with my partner for a long time. And I'm suspecting many of you tuning in right now or tuning in later might be going through that. Johnny, let's talk about this idea. We wake up one day, we're like, oh my God, we haven't been intimate for a long time.
Well, I think it starts with a mindset shift,
Yes.
right? Like Tara and I didn't have that problem, but the mindset shift that we had took us from where we were to like, holy shit, to a whole nother level. So if you're down low, you can still have a holy shit. It's just where on the sliding scale are you having your holy shit? And the mindset change was this. We're looking around and we're going, God damn, we thought all these years we were supervising them. They've been supervising us.
Yes. Yes.
What kind of crazy shit do you want to do? I mean, it's literally, it's a mindset thing. It's like, oh my God, it's like we're fucking, we were running around here like fucking teenagers trying to find weird places to hump in the fucking car, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like when you're a kid, you're always looking for that place to hump,
Well, and I'm glad you raised that because again, this story, and I knew we'd have a great chat about this because the story I found, the couple was stuck, Johnny, and they had a very similar conversation to what you and Terry, which was, oh my God, the kids aren't around anymore. We can go experiment with, and the call was experiment with novelty. Do you know what they did, John? This couple was they introduced fun, exciting new elements into their intimacy. They were trying new stuff around the house, new activities, stories, toys, storytelling, everything. Because we wake up at 40, 50, 60, 35 going, really? Like, what the hell, man? Like what are we all so worried about, right?
Dude. And the thing about it is it's like, you know what? There's just choices that we're not making. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely, it does. Absolutely.
It's like, okay, I get it. I haven't had sex in a long time. Who are you? Well, fuck, make the choice to fucking throw some gasoline on that little bitty fucking fire that's barely there. Or are you going to go deeper down the road? Oh my God, we don't know each other. No.
Yes.
It's a choice.
Yeah,
you're going to choose to move one way or the next.
And remember,
and if you don't make that choice, you're just going to keep going down the path that you were on, which has already got you confused. And
I'm going to offer this up here in a quick second too, but I will say this. Remember, passion doesn't have to fade. With openness, and here's the word, Johnny, intention and a bit of courage. And hey, listen, Dr. Rachel Meir talked about it, courage. You can reconnect and discover new levels of intimacy you never thought possible. And I got something to offer up to you guys around the audio side of things in a quick second. But John, I'm going to say this, and I don't know if we talk about this enough. I'm not saying we as in you and I, but society enough. It's this idea of physical attraction. I know that as we get older, our bodies change and physicalness all changes and everything. But physical attraction and this idea of putting the effort in to create even the mirage of a physical attraction, guys, you stop doing that and you become that slob on the couch. You're not having sex with your wife after every, and same thing with the wife. Like, we got to take care of ourselves, guys. Like,
100%. I mean, here's the thing. If you want your wife to stay hot,
yes,
then fucking stay hot yourself.
It's simple as that.
I mean, fuck, man. You can't sit there and expect that your wife's going to stay in great shape when you're a frumpy piece of shit.
Well, it's true.
And not to mention, excuse me, it's actually a pretty cool thing when you kind of bond with your wife and say, you know what? Let's not be like everybody else. Like Terry and I take great pride that we're in our mid 50s and that we are like better shape than fucking most couples in their fucking 20s.
Dude, we went to a party. We went to a party on Saturday, Laura and I, and I had the hottest fucking chick in the place, man. And however you want to interpret that, but it made me feel good. It made me feel good. She looked good. And we're not, we're not in our 20s. We're not no spring chickens, but I looked around the place and I'm like, yeah, I'm happy.
40s, correct? You're
Laura's 40, but she puts the work in. Like she's aging like a fine glass.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't look like she's in her 40s. No, that's my point.
Work in, and she actually is a great story. We're going to talk about it later this week, but because often everybody's questioning, how do you look like that? How do you do that? It's just an accumulation of good decisions over life. It's not just waking up yesterday. I'm going to become. Yeah. No, you just make good decisions over a long period of time. So Dr. Rachel Meir joining us in the comments. She says, I'm so glad to have connected with you guys. This episode is fire. Well, Rachel, you have made it fire, and I'm so glad you joined us here in the comments as well. What does love have to do with it? Tina Turner? Yeah, that's Global coming in with the comments here with all of this. Johnny, so Jimmy, let's guys, we've been talking about ways to reconnect with our partners. I found a supplementary conversational piece that might give you a way to get there. And, we often think about porn, and we often think about visual porn, right? And some women, John, you're like, I don't want to watch visual. You know what? Fuck, I got to think about that. You know what's funny, man? So women don't watch porn.
You're leaning out of the horizontal, just so you know.
Here we go. Yeah. So apparently women don't watch porn yet. Pornhub and all the stats show that 30% of porn.
Dude, women watch porn. That's bullshit.
30% of porn is watched by women.
Dude, it's like some dude saying, "Yeah, I don't jerk off." Come on.
Okay, so listen, if you don't want to watch the visual porn, women or men, but yet you want to find a way to add some stimulant to the situation, well, I have a suggestion for you. Jimmy, let's run it.
What if the deepest connections in your relationship aren't built through what you see, but through what you experience together in ways you've never considered? Most men struggle to enhance intimacy with their partners, often feeling uncertain about how to deepen emotional bonds without crossing boundaries or creating discomfort in their relationship. Recent studies reveal that breakthrough connections happen when couples explore shared experiences that prioritize emotional depth over surface-level interactions, creating safe spaces for vulnerability and authentic communication. Today, we're exploring how to become the partner who creates deeper intimacy through emotional intelligence.
Guys, there's something to consider that might be interesting to you that will get the job done. It doesn't have to be visual. Let's guide you through the sensitive and exciting world of audio erotica. Bonnie, a way to strengthen your bond and ignite your relationships. Guys, helping your partner feel comfortable with audio erotica can significantly deepen emotional connection, improve communication about intimacy, and enhance mutual satisfaction in your relationship. John, thoughts about audio erotica before I continue it?
Well, like Terry and I have, in many cases, we've filmed ourselves, of course.
Yes.
But then we've also taken in, a few different times when we would start to do our thing, I would make sure she couldn't see, but I would start a recording, an audio recording.
Yes.
And then when we're done, we literally listen to it again together. And it's all part of the intimacy. Whether you're watching, listening, it's just, it's to a certain extent, you're laying there next to your partner after you're done, you're listening to this, maybe your eyes are closed, you're imagining it, or you're having a conversation about certain points in the journey. It's all intimacy.
It is all intimacy. And guys, research shows that women often prefer audio erotica for its emotional depth, storytelling, and focus on sensuality over explicit visuals. But if I jump back to what Dr. Rachel Meir is saying in our comments, Johnny, she's with us, brother. Maybe there's the female we're looking for to add on to the show here. She's sitting there in the comments. Women absolutely watch porn, and if they don't, they should consider giving it a try, is what she says. Exactly. And Johnny, audio erotica can alleviate feelings of insecurity or pressure by creating that safe, imaginative space free from visual comparison or unrealistic expectations. We often hear, John, that porn might create these unsafe feelings for women because of visual comparisons or the unrealistic.
And I think sometimes that we were, especially years and years ago,
yes,
it was really demonized. It was like porn was like we weren't raised with the idea that if used properly could be some sort of a benefit to your relationship. It was like a dirty thing.
Yes, exactly. So guys, consensual shared exploration of audio erotica has been linked to improved arousal, more fulfilling sexual experiences, and increased overall relationship satisfaction. So, hey, what you might want to consider is introducing audio erotica, casual, pressure-free, easy to find, put it on in the background, and it might be a way to reconnect or absolutely connect with your partner through this idea of audio erotica.
And on that level, I've said from the jump, we've talked about sexual stuff. Ask your partner.
Yes.
And a lot of times the partner will clam up. They're uncomfortable with that question. So then lead. Well, this is what's interesting to me. Start the conversation yourself. And if she still has trouble, just keep rapping back to it. Pretty soon it's familiar enough that she'll open up.
Yes, exactly. It's interesting, Johnny, is that we kicked it off with Dr. Rachel about conversations. And for some reason, we as humans still struggle with this idea of talking about sex with our partners. Yet we do it. And I think it's something that, if we're doing our job, we're continuing to encourage others to have that conversation. Before we continue to our last topic, and I apologize, I didn't tell you this, but I wanted to talk about addiction with you for this last conversation of the day. But before we go there, I did want to offer something you said a few minutes ago, and I want to just pat ourselves on the back for a quick second. So just boom, 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 pat you on the back too.
All you got to do is I can't reach back there.
I know. I was doing some research on the weekend, and actually, I think I dropped that link that I was cutting the grass, listening to some YouTube, and was learning. That
was an interesting video. So I didn't finish the whole thing, but I could see right away where that was headed.
But we were just talking here over the last few minutes, and what I loved about our conversation was that it leans into exactly what he was talking about. And here's what it is, guys. The world now is full of information. So let me back it up. If you're looking to start a YouTube channel into content creation, the idea of just sharing information that's readily available is not going to provide much value. What you want to do is add personal experience onto that. Right. So if you've heard our conversation for the last 7 minutes around porn and audio erotica and conversation, yes, we've given you a lot of factual information you can find on any AI tool, be it ChatGPT. It's known information. But when John shares stories about him and Terry or me and Lauren, the personal relationships, that's what's making content stand out for the rest of the stuff. So I'm sharing with you guys right now, if you're out there on your content journey, personalize it. If you're not personalizing, you're not standing it out. And I'll tell you guys, it's and I'm just going to continue sharing, it's what's driving the success of the show. You got Naked Keith, Naked Johnny up there. We're standing, sharing our personal information along with these evergreen conversations that are readily available. So guys, as you get on your content journey, personalize it. It'll make it more relatable to your audience, which is a good segue to what we're going to get to for the last 5 or 6 minutes. We're going to talk about conquering addiction with my brother, John Anderson. I know Johnny has gone through that journey in his life, and I know he still goes through it today, whether it's food, whether it was pills. But Jimmy, let's run the clip, and then John, let's have a conversation about addiction, brother, because I know it never goes away.
Well, brother, I got some real interesting shit to explain about this. A brand new discovery on my part that's like
Matt Roof talked about
really fucking changed it.
Matt Roof talked about it 2 weeks ago with his challenges. So let's and this is not one of those, John, that starts and ends. It's an ongoing one. But I want to have it with you right now.
Never stops.
Jimmy, let's run the clip, brother.
What if everything you've been told about achieving massive success is backwards? Most people think you have to choose between building an empire and keeping what matters most. They believe that scaling to 7 figures means sacrificing your health, your relationships, your energy. There's a different way to think about strength. Not just physical power, but the kind of integrated approach that lets you dominate in business while becoming the husband and father you've always wanted to be. The same relentless focus that creates international athletes can be channeled into systems that multiply your impact without multiplying your stress. Are you ready to unlock what's really possible when you build strength in every area of your life?
Conquering addiction. Keith Bellis, John Anderson, Mornings and Live with Keith, John, and friends, getting after every single day, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on all the platforms. Johnny, let's lean into addiction, brother. Where do you want to start it today?
Well, I think just the first thing of recognizing you have it is the first thing. And an addiction is a behavior pattern. It'll grab a hold of all sorts of different shit. It can be porn. It can be drugs. It can be alcohol. It can be food. Food was my first addiction. Sugar was my first addiction. And, I went from food. I went to different types of drugs. I went to pills. And I've always luckily been addicted to the gym. I've always luckily been addicted to my success. So I was really, and I'm a disciplined son of a bitch, which helped me break free from the bad ones. Like I had many, I can't even think how many times I was like heavily hooked on pills, where if I wasn't taking these things, I was getting sick, But so I think the first step is just to recognize you have it and realize it never goes away. You just learn to manage it. But on that level, dude, I'll make this quick. If we've been talking about peptides, there's a peptide that I've actually started to take that does something to the addictive center. Brother, I don't know if have I told you about this yet?
No,
Dude,
no.
I don't fucking stand. Okay, how's this? After my last meal, I don't even think about food anymore.
Oh yeah.
I have yet. There's no stand in front of the fridge with the doors open.
Yeah.
Terry and I went out to sushi. Normally, after we go out to dinner, I hum home and I will eat something before I go to bed. I won't be able to go to sleep if I don't eat something. Well, dude, we came home and I didn't fucking eat. It was like, it wasn't like we were at bedtime either. We got home early enough that I could have easily eaten again. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I even tested. I went in the kitchen. That would be a fucking no-no if I was trying to just do it with discipline. Went in the kitchen. I'm like, anybody going to speak up? Okay. I swear to God, dude. It's like, it's literally, dude. I mean, there's this peptide that I'm using, part of this protocol I'm putting together. Unbelievable, dude. And the cool thing about this is I'm only about 3 weeks into it. It took about a week and a half to find the right dose for me. But now that it's gone, I realize this is the really cool part about this. And this number will change. But right now, I believe that the food noise was monopolizing about 20% of my thought bandwidth. So now I've got this 20% of extra space that I can apply to good, healthy thoughts. It's unbelievable. So it's not just that I'm not fucking eating anymore, like I'm not supposed to, but now I've got this extra energy and thoughts that I can put towards my life. It's like, I was telling Tara, I was like, I just accepted that I would never have this.
So is what you're saying to me that, you're not spending a bunch of time in your brain thinking about food?
Well, yeah, when the food is over for the day, I'm okay. After my last meal until bed, I didn't realize that either. This is fucking crazy. I was never present in what I was doing because I was battling those fucking voices.
Thinking about food, thinking about this, thinking about that.
The food noise was fucking loud. And when you're battling the fucking food noise, what you're not doing is being present in whatever you're doing. Like people all the time, I basically want to watch a movie with my wife and I'm laying on the couch and all I can think about is getting up and going to the cupboard. I get that all the time with my clients. Right. And
well, we all do it. I do it too. I sit there,
and I swear to God, it's like a fucking light switch. It's gone. Unbelievable. I mean, I'm still kind of in disbelief. I mean, I have some really cool shit with this, as I create these protocols, like the one that I'm doing for my brain. I know for sure my reading has gotten better. Unbelievable. I'm reading more, and I'm even opening up the page and I remember what I read yesterday, which never happened, but we're not talking about it. We're talking about addiction. Like what I'm getting at is that first off with addiction, you got to remind yourself, you got to manage it. And then the second part is when you can find something that helps you manage it better, like I've found, holy shit, fucking life-changing.
But Johnny, I want to, we have I know you got a rock and roll and I got a guest joining me here for the last segment here in a second, but I want to ask this, and perhaps we'll just continue this throughout the week and the rest of our life together. Rufy's listening right now, and I know he is, and he's probably curious like I am. When you were going through your pill addiction, Johnny, what was that moment, or where was the moment where you realized that you needed to use that word that started with an H and ended it with a P, which was help? And how did you find the courage and have the courage to intentionally express the word out loud? And who did you ask for it?
It was always Terry.
Yeah.
Right. Terry or my blood dad. And what we did is I couldn't hold my own pills. They had to hold them.
So was it but hold on though, brother. Was it you literally saying to them,
yeah, here, take this. I need you to take this from me. I can't know where it is. I can't have access to this. Please help create distance between me and this bottle of pills.
But here's what I'm really impressed about is that it was you. It wasn't an intervention by your blood dad or by Terry. It was you that recognized that you had to give the pills away in order for your discipline to take over.
It's like, okay,
like one voice said to this one, "Fuck you, man."
100%. I mean, it's like I fucked this up enough, and there's a certain point where you got to say, okay, look, you're going to give yourself one more chance. And if this falters, you need to go you need to take a different action. And that's for me, I'm always good at taking different actions and stepping outside of my comfort zone, and asking for help is fucking uncomfortable.
Absolutely. It is uncomfortable. 100%. Most won't. Right.
Yeah. The advice that I would give to people that if you're dealing with some sort of a substance addiction is ask for help. It's easier to ask for help if you realize that your pill addiction is not just hurting you, it's hurting the ones you love.
Yeah.
Now it's time to do it for them, not you.
And maybe, I'm just going to throw the maybe out here, brother, before I let you go. Maybe if one is too reluctant to ask for the H word, which is help right away, maybe, John, the first word to get somebody there is advice. So if I was role playing, I'm coming to you saying, I'm struggling with this right now. I'm looking for some advice on how I can stop this, because maybe I'm not ready to ask for help just yet. And I'm just throwing out some conversational ideas, because advice and help sometimes can be interchangeable. So I might say to you, Johnny, I know you've had your struggles. I'm looking for some advice, brother. You might say something like, well, hey, man, why don't you give your pills to Lauren, or why don't you give your stuff to Lauren so she can control it? Because then if that doesn't work for me, I might come to you next and say, man, that's not working. I really need some help.
Well, and on that level, because I've went through a lot of pill addictions, a lot of buddies obviously went through it too, but they saw me coming out they saw me getting through it, and they're like, fuck, how did you do it?
Yes.
And I'm like, look, if you're asking for help, I will help you. But when I tell you to do something, you have to do it. So if you're ready, perfect. If you're not, we'll just talk about it. And then at some point they'll come and say, okay, I need your help. And then I'll say, look, I'm happy to help you, but when we make a plan, you have to do it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like one of my buddies, I said, all right, dude, his parents lived like 6 hours away. I said, you need to fucking go to your parents for 2 weeks, because you're not going to get these fucking things up there. Go to your parents for 2 weeks. That's the first step. We need to get you to the point where you're detoxed to where you can't, because that detox is so bad. Your brain will give you the reasons you need to keep taking the pills.
Yes. Yeah, I believe it. All right, guys, we're wrapping up Mornings in the Lab. Keith and John getting after it every single day here, 8 o'clock Eastern time. We've had an exceptional show here today, and I as always want to invite you guys to join the conversation. 1-431-300-3005, 1-431-300-3005. You can join the conversation, send a text, leave a voicemail. We're wrapping up a wonderful conversation here today. We had a great conversation on polyamory, sex, addiction. Maddie Roof coming in, Johnny, saying, for me, it starts with, I can't help myself. I am powerless. Classic AA stuff, but it works. And we'll keep this conversation going on daily. And Bernard Jobson says, the word advice is great. It fits other avenues besides addiction as well. Dusty Struggles. We're not going anywhere yet. We've got Eric Mech joining us here in a quick minute. Johnny, get this, man. Imagine this. You're standing in front of a greasy fry at Wendy's, watching your life talk by in one basket of fries at a time. These guys get $10 in rolled up change in your pocket, child support payments looming, and a voice in your head that keeps asking, is this it? Well, buddy, I got Eric Mech joining me here in a few moments. He literally paid for his future with pocket change and built an empire on one radical idea.
Good for him.
Eric Mech joining us here in a few moments. What do you got going on today, pal? You got training today, or is today day off for you?
I do, man. I'm so excited to train, because I've been sticking to my guns training every other day, and it works so fucking well.
Yes.
You know?
I love it. I love it. I love it. Brother, great show today, man. Great conversation. Great show. I might, you might get a text from me today. I might try to grab 5 minutes out of your world sometime today. I'm just kind of giddy about some things I'm working on that I want to share with you. So,
yeah. Hey, just a quick heads up. My window of opportunity is today's really just got way too full. So like a little window in the middle of the day. If not, let's schedule a time for tomorrow. I'm much more open.
I'm totally on the fly. So I'll even offer this to you. If you find a window, send me a text. Say, hey brother, I'm free right now. And if it opens for me, I'll do it, but I'll throw it back to you. It's nothing urgent. I'm just giddy and excited. Just nerdy shit. I'm just a fucking child. And you know how children want to show their parents something. So I want to show my dad.
That's it. Look what I did, Dad. You know?
Exactly. Yes. All right, Eric. Oh, Eric Mech. Thanks, Jimmy. It's like mechanic, so pronounced Mech. Eric Mech. He's nodding off there in the back. All right, Anderson, you get your wonderful deep-cheeked ass out of here, and I'll see you tomorrow, pal.
Have a great loop, my brother.
All right, pal. All right, John is going to get out of here. I'm going to reset Jimmy with Eric Mech, the mechanic. Yes. All right, Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John and friends, getting after it every single day, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. This is a different kind of morning show you guys are not going to find anywhere else. I fucking guarantee it. I actually fucking guarantee it. I'm going to do a little rant here, Jimmy, because I'm excited about it. Listen, late night's dying. Unfortunately, you know, the fucking politics of the world are killing late night TV. You know, maybe Colbert is going off the air because of the lawsuit. Who knows? You know, Jon Stewart's going sideways because of all. It's just going sideways. The world's changing. But hey, we got a morning show rooted in late night conversations. We got a morning show rooted in what I grew up with. FM radio, Howard Stern, shock jock content, morning circus. But in 2025, we're talking polyamory. You know, back in the olden days, they would have been talking about monogamy going, holy fuck, they're having thruples. They were talking thruples on our show about acceptance with thruples. We're talking about guys who are standing at deep fryers asking myself, is this it? And creating big companies and big lives out of it. So guys, if you're new to our channel, I invite you to subscribe to it. You are not going to find content, conversation, personalities, momentum that you're going to find on this show every single day. I fucking guarantee it. And I'll say this. I will say this with passion, and I'll take my glasses off. There is not one fucker that's going to bed every single day and living 24 hours of his life working on creating the next great morning show platform on the planet. It's happening here with me, John, and Marty, and Melissa, and Jimmy, and all of you. It's true. I've said this before. And I'll say it again. Right now, we're in the concert halls. When I started this thing a year ago, I was in the coffee clubs. We're in the concert hall now. Tomorrow, we're going to be in the arena. And all you motherfuckers that are all along with me right now, all of you guys in the community, we're all going to the stadium. Oh yeah, baby. We're going to be in the stadium. So I'm inviting you and I'm welcoming you and I'm encouraging you to stick around on this journey of Mornings in a Lab. We're just getting started. Oh, baby, we're just getting started. So you want to start your podcast, all you fucking podcasters, go start it. And I'll see how well you do after your 8th episode. Yeah, we do 40 of them a week. We do 40 of them a week here on this show. We do 8 podcasts a day, 5 days, 40 a week. And some of you guys can't even do one every single week. Just saying. Just saying. No, I'm just saying. Hey, Jimmy, remember on Friday we were frolicking? Yeah, it's because I'm happy. It's because I'm just gay and happy. Don't listen. I'm not using no slurs. Why can't we use the word? Listen, I was reading Gatsby on the weekend. You know they use that word quite often in that book. Yes, I can read. I was reading Gatsby and they were talking about being gay and happy, and I'm just gay and happy today. So if you guys have a problem with it, too fucking bad. Eric Mech coming up. Jimmy, let's run the opener for Eric Mech. Let's bring him in. Enough frolicking for Uncle Keith over here. Hee 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 hee.
What if the very thing you think you need permission for is actually the key to your freedom? Most successful people share one dangerous addiction that's keeping them small. You've climbed the ladder, hit the numbers, earned the respect, but something's missing. That nagging voice asking, "Is this it?" grows louder with each achievement, each promotion, each external validation you chase. Breakthrough leaders throughout history discovered that authentic impact comes not from seeking approval, but from aligning with something deeper. The most transformative moments happen when we stop asking, "Can I?" and start declaring, "I will." It's your permission to show up authentically in every area of life. Stop waiting for someone else to give you the green light. Your purpose is your permission.
Yep. You got it, Roofy. You got it. Mornings in the Lab live from MSG coming up in 2027. True motherfucking story. Yes, sirree, baby. Meet Eric Mech, a guy who went from marinating chickens for minimum wage to monogaming. Oh, that was my rap god impression there with Eminem. Yeah, true story. All right. Eric Mech, a guy who went from marinating chickens for minimum wage to becoming the head coach at the Purpose Company, where he's literally changing how organizations think about employee engagement and retentions. This is the man who walked away from a thriving automotive empire. We're talking partner level success, multiple dealerships, the whole 9 yards, because he realized something profound, that I'm looking at the wrong camera. Yeah, exactly. Success without purpose is just expensive emptiness. Eric just didn't find his purpose. He made it his mission to help others break what he calls the addiction to permission. Today, we're unpacking how Eric discovered that the secret to employee retention isn't better benefits or ping pong tables. No, it's encouraging to turn into Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends at 8 o'clock every single day right here on YouTube. Isn't that right, Eric Mech? Jimmy, let's bring him up. Let's bring in the man of the hour, Eric Mech. What's going on? Mech, don't call me mechanic. Eric.
Come on, let's hear it, mechanic.
I got you muted, brother. I got you muted. Let's mute it. Eric Mech, the mechanic.
Yeah,
How are you,
that's
pal?
right. That's right, man. I'm great, buddy. Mechanic on purpose. This is it.
I love it. Where are you joining me from today, Eric?
Minneapolis, Minnesota, buddy.
Yes, just down the road from me. I'm here in Winnipeg, Canada, just up down the road, 6 hours ahead of it, just 6 hours west of you, brother.
Okay, sweet. Yeah.
Do you know where I am, or did you not pass geography?
I just knew where you were based on your accent. I knew you were up there.
But you didn't know just up the highway, brother.
No, I didn't.
All right, Eric is joining us here today on the show. Eric literally counted out his tech school application fee in rolled up quarters, dimes, and nickels, the $10 turning point. The admissions officer had to sit there while he unrolled and unraveled his $10 in change. Eric, you talk about making an entrance. You joke about investing your entire net worth in that application. Talk about that, brother.
Yeah, man. I just, I was in the car business, right? I started off just as a regular old sales guy and just followed the dream of chasing the title and chasing the money. And I just stuck with it. You knew we had to stay loyal, just stay with it. It's going to get tough, but hang in there. The rewards are coming. And I did. I stayed there for 24 years. And at the end of that 24 years, man, I was feeling like, what's next? I hit the top. I chased the title. I chased the money. I got there. Wow. And when I got to the top, it was like such an empty feeling, like, what's next? What do I do now? I can't go any further. And it just wasn't fulfilling. It wasn't fulfilling. And so I just became more scared to stay than go.
Talk about that feeling.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. It was, it was like this dream I built of this opportunity that everybody in the world would say, you're nuts. And people told me that, right? You're crazy. Why would you leave? You make more money than God. And, it wasn't, I just realized it wasn't about the money. It wasn't about the money. And it was just time. I knew I'd figure it out. I didn't know what. I had no idea what I was going to do. I handed over the keys before I even had anything to back me up. And at age 48 at the time, I was like, you can't retire. I'm not going to retire. What are you going to do? I just knew I had more in me, and I just had to figure out what that was, and I found it.
Hanging out with Eric Mech, the company, the Purpose Company, key accomplishments. He's closed over $500 million in automotive sales across 20,000 transactions. He's led 2,000 team members through his 24-year automotive career, and he transitioned from being a partner in multiple car dealerships to becoming a purpose coach. Now, Eric, somebody who is striving to make all the money would say to you, wow, what do you mean you made all this money, but you still don't have any purpose? How do you articulate that to somebody who's trying to make all the money? Because I've been there like you, and I got to a Friday, sold my company, got the check,
went to the bank and cashed it, realized that I was now what I dreamed about, which was becoming a millionaire. And then I got up on Monday and I was more lost than ever. But yet I still struggle to articulate that to somebody who has not maybe achieved the financial goals that they're trying to get to. Like, oh yeah, Keith, I'll make a couple of money. But yet it's actually not about the money, Eric. How do you articulate that, brother?
Yeah, you just can't chasing money. I mean, money, you can go make money anywhere, right? I mean, money comes and goes. But what doesn't come and go is your purpose, right? And understanding that has to be the driving force. That has to be your driving force and where you're going. You have to know what that is first. So many people think that their purpose is something they do, and it's not. Purpose is not what you do. Purpose is the best of what you have to give others, and then you get to receive the best that life has to offer, which is fulfillment. And it's that continuous cycle. We know that when people are feeling more fulfilled in their life and in their job, when they're feeling more fulfilled in their career, they're more apt to stay. They're more apt to find more fulfillment and not chase money, but chase the opportunity to help others. And that's where it all comes in. We've got it all wrong. I had it wrong for sure. And it was a perfect example of when you get to the top and you've made all the money and you've got the title and you're chasing all of that, you'll be empty. You'll be like, what do I do now? Like, where do I go? I can't buy any more of these stores. I can't do any more there. What am I going to do? And the fact was I was chasing that dream on permission. Permission, I've actually redefined that word. If you look it up in the dictionary, it says authorization or consent. It's not that. It's not. Permission is the unnecessary validation from your peers, authorities, and societal norms. That's what permission is. We don't need permission. I don't need permission to go live the life I wanted. I didn't. But what I had to do is I had to find my purpose. I had to find that, and I did. And when I found that, I was able to understand that even more and step into it even more and get to the place that I am today. Now I get to speak on all kinds of stages, organizations, change lives, speak with celebrities, speak with all kinds of people about how important it is to understand it's your purpose that is your permission. Quit chasing the money. It'll come. When you live in your purpose and you're clear on it, I promise you the money will happen. And I'm at a point where I'm making more than I was in the car dealership world.
So I had I'm super fortunate. I get to meet with exceptional human beings regularly on this show. Guys like yourself and former athletes, business people, regular Joes, regular Lisas passing by the show. And I had an athlete on the show, which rewired my thinking around purpose. And I want to invite you to consider this as well. He's like, Keith, my whole purpose my entire life was to win a championship or to be an athlete. But the moment when that was gone, I was fucking lost. I didn't know what my purpose was. So he reframed this idea of chasing purpose to chasing progress. So he said, I'm gonna start waking up and trying to chase progress instead of purpose, because if I'm always chasing progress, I'm moving forward. Regardless if I'm trying to be an athlete, win a championship, make money, be better in my relationship. But he wanted to rewire his mindset around progress, because progress was moving forward instead of purpose, because he thought, and his belief was that when he achieved something, what could happen is that the purpose now goes away and you have to find the next one. So his belief was, and I see you nodding there, maybe, and I know your company's called The Purpose Company, but his thought was inviting us to consider, and I got to be honest, he helped me realign my thoughts around purpose, which was maybe thinking purpose more along progress instead. Because if I'm always progressing, I'm moving from one purpose to the next one. I know we're playing with semantics, but you have to admit, there's something really powerful with that mindset, because, you know, right now I'm building, you heard my rant about building this thing. Well, hey, maybe when I get to Madison Square Garden, which might be my purpose, I might wake up after that show going, okay, so now I've achieved this. Now what is my purpose? However, if that to me is just an indication of a milestone in my progress, I might wake up the next day going, yes, I've hit the milestone. I'm going to keep progressing forward. So I just thought that was an interesting way to look at the semantics around that. And I'd invite your comment on that, Eric.
Yeah, no, I think that's good. I was thinking of that, challenging that notion. That's right.
Yeah.
The number one
coming up tomorrow, new company, the Progress Company from Eric Mech. He's renamed.
There you go. Right. No, I would say the number one regret people have when they go to their deathbed is they didn't know their purpose. And so it is crucial that people understand that. Now here's the deal, is that you're right. If purpose is the foundation, purpose never leaves. In fact, again, he thought his purpose was to be an athlete, to do that. That's not your purpose. That's something you do. That's where you can live. You can serve your purpose.
Yes.
He can serve his purpose here everywhere you go. So I would agree with you. In progress, your purpose goes with you. Your purpose never leaves you, because in fact, when you retire, if you retire, by the way, I'm never going to retire now because I got too many people I got to impact. But the fact is if I go to retire and people say I retire, does your purpose die? Does it go away? No, your purpose is always with you until you die. So you're right. It's the progress of continuing on and understanding that. But you got to get clear on it. And I get the opportunity to walk people through the number one purpose clarity tool in the world, which is our purpose factor assessment. And I promise you, when I walk people through it, they're mind blowing. They're in tears. Their feelings. They're like, what? Oh my God. I feel so heard. I feel so confident. I feel like I can do so many great things now. And it's amazing. It's absolutely incredible. And when they get clear on it and I walk them through it, it is the most fulfilling thing I've ever done in my life. Most fulfilling. Because they get to see who they really are, and who you are is what matters most. It's not the things, it's not the money, it's not the title. It's to understand the best of what you have to give others, because it was a gift you were given. God had a purpose for you before you even made a plan for yourself. Therefore, it is your duty and your responsibility to get clear on it and to live in your purpose.
Eric Mech, Keith Billis, Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends, getting after. We're talking purpose. Eric, I want to draw your attention to the community. Lady Drew coming in, B Drive coming in. Hey guys, I would encourage you, and I would invite you guys to connect with Eric over on LinkedIn. He is out there, and Eric, I would invite you to connect with our community as well. They are a wonderful community. They're inviting you, and they're telling you, thank you, Eric, for joining our community for growth today. We got an incredible community here on the Mornings in the Lab community. You guys can join it as well. It's free. I invite you to subscribe, or if you want to join the paid community, like some of you have, it's $2, $15, or $20 a month. And what are you going to get? Not too sure. We're figuring it out, because we're all about progress on this show, which means purpose. So we're not here to take your money to line our pockets. We're here to take the money to invest in the platform we are growing. So if you guys want to contribute a few bucks to the cause because you feel like you're getting value, I would invite you to do that. But hey, we celebrated Eric on the show a couple weeks back on the Community Corner, which is how we convinced the dude from Minneapolis to get his ass on our show here today. I don't know if he would have showed up here if I didn't invite him. So he's here with us today. And out of this experience, I said, hey, Eric, would love to celebrate somebody in your community as part of the next Community Corner. So now we're going to pause. We're going to do a celebration of somebody in the Community Corner for the Creator Spotlight. And then I'm going to come back and do a rapid fire with you, Eric. How does that sound?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, Jimmy, let's run the clip. Let's get after our first celebration on the Creator Spotlight this morning on the Community Corner with Keith Billis and Eric Mech.
What if everything you've been told about failure was completely backwards? Most people see setbacks as roadblocks, dead ends that define their limitations and crush their dreams before they even begin. But what if those very moments of defeat were actually the raw materials for something extraordinary? History shows us that breakthrough transformations don't come from perfect circumstances or natural talent. They emerge from the fire of adversity, from the willingness to turn pain into purpose and obstacles into opportunities. The most unstoppable people aren't those who never fell down. They're the ones who learn to use their failures as fuel, their setbacks as setups for incredible comebacks. Stop running from your setbacks. Start running toward your comeback. Your greatest transformation is waiting on the other side of your biggest challenge.
Dusty Struggles, I see you, Dusty Struggles, I see you, Dusty Struggles, I see you, $3. Yes, thank you very much for the super sticker. All right. Behind the TEDx stages and the major partnerships, there's a kid from Brooklyn. Who literally failed his way to success. What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? Eric, what's his name?
Corey Charles.
Gets it because he's lived it. The struggle with ADHD, the academic failures, the feeling like you're not enough. Man, that is real life. But here's what separates him from the motivational fluff you see everywhere. This guy doesn't just preach about failure being a stepping stone. No. He shows you the methodology, the framework, the actual process of transformation. This isn't about toxic positivity or fake it till you make it stuff, boys. No, it's about authentic growth, real accountability, and the kind of mindset work that moves you life forward. Corey, love to invite you to the show. We had Eric. We celebrated Eric. We brought Eric to the show. Now we'd love to have you on the show. Eric, why are we celebrating Cody Charles this morning on the Creator Spotlight?
Man, Corey Charles is just an amazing guy. He's got the hero theory. I'm telling you, he'll help you go from zero to hero. He's an amazing guy. He'll uplift you. He understands purpose. And the best part about Corey is he understands the concept of always being the student and the teacher will show up.
Oh, I love always being the student and the teacher will show up. I love that. Corey Charles, here's my invitation for you. Eric took me on it. We celebrated Eric a while ago, and I said, hey, Eric, I did the same thing. I looked in the camera and I said, I'd love to have you on my show. I'd love to give you the Creator Spotlight so we can pay this forward and create and continue to create community and celebrate great human beings. And Eric is celebrating you, Corey. So, Corey, I'd love to have you on my show in the same seat that Eric is in so we can pass you the Creator Spotlight so you can celebrate somebody in your world and continue this wonderful community building experience. It's called the Community Corner right here on the Creator Spotlight, right here on Mornings in the Lab. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. I love this segment because I like meeting awesome humans like yourself. Eric, let's get together with some rapid fire, man. Let's have some fun with this.
Let's do it.
Selling cars or selling purpose? Which one is harder?
Selling cars.
Do tell.
Selling cars, there's just too much competition out there. There's just way too much competition. And selling purpose, I have the best tool in the world to help get people clear on their purpose, hands down.
Beautiful. Your most used emoji?
The dancer.
I'm the frolicker. I like to frolic every now and then.
Yeah.
LinkedIn or breakfast if you had to choose?
Breakfast.
3 words your wife uses to describe your energy level?
Incredible. Consistent.
Easy now, boy. Easy now.
And loving.
I love it. Fries at Wendy's or closing $1 million deals? Easy now, Eric. Easy. You're on a health show here, brother.
Come on, closing $1 million deals every day, all day.
One permission you'll never ask for again.
Living my life authentically in the way I was meant to live it.
Love that, Eric Mech. And hey, brother, I got to say something, man. Did you realize that in your LinkedIn posts, you use exclamation points more than periods? And I got to tell you, man, I counted. It's a 3-to-1 ratio. You literally are writing to refuse to calm down, which perfectly mirrors your approach to life and your energy. And I got to talk about it, man. I love your energy.
You know what I love about that is I get to hear that on almost every call with every client and every stage and every organization, is because it's about energy. It's about the transfer of enthusiasm, right?
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. Eric, where can folks find you, connect with you, meet with you, hire you, and engage with the Purpose Company, Eric Mech?
Yeah, let's go. You can find me on LinkedIn for sure. You can also email me at eric@purposecompany.co or go to my speaker website. Check it out. Amazing topics that I talk about at ericpermission2purpose.com. That is the number 2, Eric, ERIC, permission, the number 2, purpose.com. Check it out. Book me. I'm ready to go to impact your organization and help your team get clear on their purpose so that they can be in line with your mission at your organization.
Awesome. Eric Mech, I appreciate you joining me here on the show, man. Did you have fun? I had fun with you, brother. I love your energy.
Yeah, man. This is great. I love it. I love all these things.
Yeah, good time. Hey, what are you doing today? What do you got going on today? How busy is your day today?
Dude, I'm booked every half hour on the half hour with every client and helping them getting clear on their purpose and step into it because they get to become certified. I am the head coach of this, and man, we're rising up. If you know John Maxwell, we're going to be working with his organization, and man, my partner, the owners of the company, Brian and Gabrielle Beauchot, said, "Be ready to 24x Eric. Be ready to lead 20,000 coaches."
Wow!
So,
Wow!
again, I'm getting ready. We're
I
going.
love it.
Let's
I love
go.
it. I love it. I love it. Eric Mech joining me this morning from Minneapolis. Don't hold it against him. Home of the Minnesota Wilds. Don't hold it against him. No, I'm the home of the Winnipeg Jets. The Purpose Company. Eric Mech. I appreciate you, brother, so much. Thanks for hanging out with me today.
You too, man. Thanks,
All right.
brother.
Eric's out of here, guys. We're going to keep it going here. Jimmy, what we're going to do is we're going to wrap it up, Jim. I know that we have our community corner segment. So, Jimmy, here's what we're going to do, pal. Let's get to the Jimmy. Let's get to the final creator spotlight, Jimmy. And we're not going to. I think what we will. Let's get to that final creator spotlight on today's community corner segment of the show here. And I am going to find that second creator spotlight, Jimmy, and that's the one that's coming out of the Substack. The Substack, Jim. So let's get after it, pal. Run the clip, and we'll celebrate John. Jimmy.
What if everything you've been taught about success is actually keeping you stuck in place? Most men spend their entire lives chasing impossible standards, climbing ladders that lead nowhere, and wondering why achievement feels so empty. They're trapped in a cycle of perfectionism that promises fulfillment but delivers only exhaustion. History shows us that the most meaningful breakthroughs come not from grand gestures or perfect execution, but from small acts of courage. The willingness to choose authenticity over approval, to embrace imperfection as a pathway to genuine growth. What if you could start living more authentically today by simply rejecting one impossible standard you've been carrying? Sometimes the most radical thing you can do is give yourself permission to be human.
All right. Today we're celebrating John Thompson, the creator spotlight on Substack. John grew up in Peculiar, Missouri, and could have stayed there playing it safe. Instead, he chased his dream all the way to New York City newsrooms. Then he made another bold move to Austin for his Western era at Huckberry. But here's what makes John different. His goal isn't to become someone else, but to keep growing toward his own best future self. A mindset inspired by Matthew McConaughey's famous words about always striving toward your future, never settling for imitation. For John, authenticity beats perfection. He's dedicated to making his newsletter a reflection of true self, not swayed by outside influence or expectations. So, John, here's how it works. We'd love to have you on the show. We'd love to celebrate you and celebrate somebody in your community on the next Creator Spotlight. So, Johnny, let's get you on the show, brother, and join you and welcome you to the Community Corner on the Creator Spotlight. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up today. Right at our 2-hour mark. Keith's going to wrap it up. Yep. What a fun show here today, guys. Very fun show here. Had a lot of conversation around polyamory and thruppling and coupling and conversation and sex. And man, what didn't we talk about today? We talked about audio erotica. Listen, I think the reality is this. It's as simple as this. After today's show, there's no reason to not be intentional in your relationships. Yeah, we got a lot of reasons to go have sex. Audio erotica, we talked about that. If you're stuck in a relationship, go explore thruppling. If you're stuck in an addiction problem, go talk with your partner. Man, we just dropped nuggets on the whole show here today. Okay, coming up tomorrow on the big show, Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends, and while I set that up, guys, remember, we start at 8, but the big show starts earlier than that. 7:30 Eastern time. Matt Roof gets after it. Kindness Rising. Yes, the show all about kindness. There is not another show like it on the internet. True story. How do I know? Because I know. Because I'm telling you. Yeah, listen to it. It's authentic. It's real. It's vulnerable. It sets your day on the right side of the bed. It helps you get up on the right side of the bed. Tomorrow we got Matthew Watson joining us and Emily the Bun Benka joining us as well tomorrow on the show. So I invite you to hang out with us tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John, Christopher Martin, AJ Zeglin, producer Jimmy, producer Melissa, Maddie Roof, all of you in the community. Lady Drew, I appreciate you. Dusty Struggles, I appreciate you, man, so much. Matt Roof. Oh, yes. And tomorrow, morning show secrets, what viewers don't see. We're also going to shine the light on what happens behind the scenes. Like this. Yeah, just like that. Behind the scenes on the show. Thanks, Jimmy, for that. That's awesome. Get me prepared. And hey, I've also been working on some really cool stuff that I'm eager to show with you along the way. Might have to do with the mornings. What? The mornings? Yeah, just the mornings. You'll see. Creative soul. Okay, Jim, we're going to rock and roll. And we're going to get out of here and get back after tomorrow. So I'm going to look for some buttons here. And I'm going to press that one there. And I'll see you guys tomorrow right here, less than 22 hours. Mornings in the Lab, Keith and John and all of our friends. We'll see you guys. Jimmy, we'll see you guys in a bit. Ciao.